So, welcome all the members and the audience to this session, which is organized by MSME and Startup Committee of ICI. So, this is the part of the MSME Pathshala series. So, this is the session number 97 on financial scheme and norms for MSME. So I would like to thank CA Gyan Chand Mishra ji and CA Sanjay Agarwal sir ji and CA Kaushik sir ji, who will be the speaker for this session. Okay, so Gyan Chand Mishra sir is the chairman of the committee and Sanjay Agarwal sir is the vice chairman of this committee. So let me take you all to the brief profile of the Vijender Kaushik sir. Vijender Kaushik sir is a chartered accountant. He is a FCA and he is a tax, finance, and CSR professional. He also holds the DISA qualification by ICI. Is into the forensic also, and he also qualified independent directorship from Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So he is a chartered accountant who is based in Janakpuri, and he is into the senior management of a firm, and he works as a virtual finance consultant and senior partner at V Kaushik and Company. He has plus 30 plus years of experience in taxation, GST, accounts, finance, so this is about the brief profile of the Vijender sir, and now I would like to give a brief profile of the Gyan Chand sir also. So Gyan Chand Mishra sir is a chartered accountant. He is the chairman of this MSME committee. Being all these, he is a chartered accountant having experience of more than 27 years into the profession. He has also done his master's in commerce and is also qualified in insolvency professional. He is also an associate member of ICSI and he is also a law graduate. So he began his career at Ghaziabad branch of the CIRC, and uh, he has been the Central Council member from 2025, and he is mainly into the auditing and assurance field. He also deliberated at various platforms on the topics of company law, insolvency and bankruptcy code, standards on auditing, and various topics of companies act, code of conduct and professional ethics, and opportunities for CAs in India and abroad. So I would like, and he is also a founder of Gyan Ki Baat Foundation, okay, which is into the providing free content to the members. So I would like to thank Gyan sir, Sanjay Agarwal sir, and Vijender sir. So now over to sir. Sir, you may start your deliberations. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the introduction. And I welcome all my friends who are there in this webinar being organized and conducted by the MSME committee of ICI. So I welcome you all. So before starting that deliberations, let me extend my sincere thanks to the chairman of MSME committee of ICAI, Mr. Gyan Chand Mishra ji, and the vice chairman, Mr. Sanjay Agarwal ji, invited me to deliver these lectures on the finance schemes and the norms for MSMEs in India. So thank you once all for all ladies, gentlemen, and my friends here. So friends, when we MSME, this concept in India, That is a big concept, in fact, and very, very important and hugely contributing to the economy and the growth of Indian industry and the economy. So, before we deliberate deep into the finance schemes, we have to look at the ecosystems of the MSMEs in India. So, what the ecosystem is that the total registered MSMEs in India are about 7.86 crore as per the data of the Ministry of the MSME. So you can now see the number of the MSMEs which are registered, that is whopping 7.86 crore MSMEs are there, which are registered on the Udhampur. The second one is that the MSME contribution to the Indian GDP is 30%. So, the MSME contribution, 30% is the big one, is the huge one, which is contributing to the Indian GDP. This third point is that MSME contribution to Indian exports are 45%, whopping that. Even at this point of the time when MSME is in the stage of the evolution in India, because the big corporates are there who are all access to all kind of the knowledge, resource and facilities, they are contributing 45% only, and the MSME contribution, which is still evolving, and the growing sector in India, the export contribution is 45%. The friends, the manufacturing output is over 35%. That the use the uh, production is being done by the MSME sector, which is 35% of the total output. The large number of employment and social development contribution of the MSME sector is there in India. See looking to the quantum of the MSME, there is 7.86 crores. So you can imagine the number of the employment and the social development that is being done by the MSME sectors. So friends, in spite of all these, only 5 lakh MSMEs approximately are having turnover of more than 10 crores of rupees. So later I'll give you the data of the new and revised norms of the MSMEs, which are micro enterprises, the small enterprises, and the medium enterprises. But only the 5 lakh MSMEs are having of more than 10 crores. Rather, the medium enterprises are now they can have 500 crore turnover to be eligible for the medium scale enterprises. So you can see the scope of growing or the growth in the MSME sector. And only, out of 7.86 crore, only 5 lakh MSMEs are having turnover of more than 10 crores. So this is the big opportunity for the members in the industry as well as in the practice, that to contribute greatly for enhancement of the business and growth of the MSME sector. And friends, only 1,350 MSMEs are listed on the stock exchanges, which is roughly 0.04%. So there are that there are platforms for MSME sector and the large corporate sector on the BSE and the NSE also for the listing. The only 1,350 MSMEs are listed only. So out of that huge number of MSMEs. Indian MSME sector is complementary to large corporate sector as ancillary. So that the big number of the MSMEs are contributing as ancillary to the large corporates. They are manufacturing either their raw material or their components or other supplement materials, and it depends upon them and usually contributing to the large corporate sectors. Regulated by MSME is regulated by MSMED Act 2006 and the Ministry of MSME Government of the India. So this is, that the MSME overview overall about the MSME sectors. Now, friends, the MSME classification, the revised criteria, the latest MSME classification criteria from April 2025 and still continuing is as the micro enterprises where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment is less than or equal to 2.5 crore and the turnover up to rupees 10 crore rupees. This is called the micro enterprises. So we above when we have we were discussing the earlier slide. So we have seen that the large number of MSMEs are having the turnover less than 10 crore rupees as compared to the total number of the MSMEs. Now, the small enterprises are those where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment is equal to or less than 25 crore and turnover up to rupees 100 crore rupees are the small enterprises. So most of the privileges are enjoyed by the micro and the small enterprises. Some privileges are also enjoyed by the medium enterprises. The medium enterprises is when the investment in plant and machinery or equipment less than 50 crores or equal to 50 crores and turnover up to the 500 crore. So, you can imagine the focus of the government that the privileged class of MSME industry is as such that the spectrum and the horizon of the MSME have tremendously increased, and therefore the privileges that are available for the MSME sectors are now available or to the industry where the turnover up to 500 crore, investment up to 50 crores, and the micro and the small enterprises are also there, where that the much more privileges are available to them. You might be knowing that as far as the recovery of the debts are concerned, that only 15 days that they have any supplier that is registered as the micro and small enterprises which supplies certain things to any corporate or any organization, that the repayment period is 15 days as has been specified in the MSME guidelines. So if he does not pay the debt within the 15 days, then there are, interests, and also if that goes beyond 15 days, then there is also some kind of the penalty provision. So there is no question of as such that now things, the supplies made by micro and small enterprises are stuck up or not being paid in the time as compared to earlier scenario a few years back when the MSMED Act was not there and these regulation and the guidelines, they were not available. Then these MSMEs are facing great challenges of the recovery of their supplies or their billed amount. And what happened in that scenario is that when they stuck up, their funds are stuck up, and the rotation of the finance is, that disturbed and it greatly, put the MSME in the difficult situations to continue. Sometimes at the continuation, they became difficult. So finance, friend, the finance is like the blood in the body. Wherever the blood is not there, that part causes the great pain, and therefore the finance is very important for the smooth functioning growth of the any kind of the organization, be that small, big, or whatever, even the micro. And the finances are okay, or the finances are working properly, and the finances are rotating properly in the organization. So there is no question of that there is any problem to the growth or functioning of the organization. So the finance is one thing that is hugely important, and therefore that today's program, the MSME committee has, this put this program and focused on the financial schemes uh, for the MSMEs. So, friends, before we start and proceed directly to the finance norms and the finance schemes available to the MSME sector, we also will discuss the ecosystem in India of the MSMEs, and the problems that are being faced by the MSME sector in India. That is one thing is the first thing is the formalization and inclusion. So you know that 7.83 crore MSMEs are registered, but the formalization has not taken place, or the financial inclusion has not taken place till date of the all the registered MSMEs. So you can very well imagine that the quantum and the amount of the finances that can be absorbed by these MSMEs, this huge number of MSMEs, and the mentoring they need to grow, and the huge opportunity we can see in terms of the our members in the practice and the members in the industry also for playing a big role to streamline the finances for these MSMEs. So long as these are not included in the formal financial system, they are so long as they are not brought into the formal financial system, this is not possible to make them grow, my dear friends. So this is the formalization and inclusion is of the very, very important. Second is the access to credit. So these micro enterprises have the big issues and the problems for access to the credit, because these are generally run and owned by the people who are not empowered financially to take care of their finances, and the formal credits which is available to them and the facilities which are available to them, the privileges available to them, they are not aware of. The government has, brought so many schemes, even when they are not able to, make themselves aware of these privileges available to them. So, access to credit and access to finance. These are two big issues which are being faced by the MSMEs, and therefore the MSME committee of the ICI has taken it very seriously to deliberate on these issues, and somehow that this concept of to make in India popular, and these are made aware of the privileges, the financial privileges available to them as far as the credit and the finance is concerned for the MSMEs. Another problem, friends, is the access to the market. So these micro, small enterprises, because they have the capacity to produce the things, they can produce the things in any sector, be that agriculture sector, be that in the manufacturing sector, be that in the service sector. So they have the capacity to produce any amount, any quantity of the things, but the problem with them is to the market them or to sell their produce. So, access to market is one also very important problem and the issue if their produce is marketed or is sold. And the recovery of that is not a problem now because of the various regulations that the government of India has already brought in. So once their produce is marketed in India, and then they definitely can grow further. One more problem is that access to the technology. So because these are, financially not well off, and the surplus finances are not available to them, so they are uh, to some extent incapacitated to make investment in the technology and to make their business grow and to make their business automation some kind of that the technological intervention that must definitely required in the MSME sector to make efficient these MSMEs on their functioning. Now, the promotion of digitization. So, we know that the digitization is also playing now a very, very important role in this era of the technology when the AIs are now increasingly being relevant for the any kind of the growth in the business, supply chain management, and the industry. So the digitization is also very important because our micro small enterprises have not gone to the extent that they must have to for digitizing their product, their technology, and the kind of the requirement that they have that or can be addressed to by the professionals or the institutions. Then infrastructure bottlenecks is also there. So infrastructure is not only the, the physical infrastructure of the roads, electricity, water, etc., but now in terms of the data, in terms of the technology, in terms of the AIs in this world, this is also now the basic infrastructure, which is also this has become a bottleneck for this MSME sector now. And second is inadequate skilling and reskilling. So this is also one very important thing that the skilled workers are not available, and if the workers who are working in the MSME sectors, they need their reskilling. So skill set is one very important issue, which I think that it has to be addressed too in the MSME sector because of the skill, that even in our or profession that we need or in the industry, there is a lot of opportunities available for the employment, but the skill is not there, the desired skill is not there. So therefore, there is a huge unemployment is also there because of this only. Though we have the educated workforce, a big quantum of the educated workforce in India, but the skill set that is required by the industry or the required by the businesses is not there. So now this is also that we have to address this skilling and the reskilling of the workforce in the MSME sector. So the registration is on Udyam portal can be done very easily. It is a very small task. We professional people, we know that this is just a 10-minute job for us to register these any organization in MSME on the Udyam portal, and once we register on the Udyam portal, then if the registration is complete to be classified as the MSME operates. So this is all about the revised norms of the MSMEs, the ecosystem that is there, the bottlenecks it is there, and the whole infrastructure, the kind of issues and the problems that is being faced. We highlighted in detail. This is the MSME about the MSME sector. Now, friends, we move into the real topic, which is the finance and support schemes which are available for MSMEs. So, first MSME that I would like to tell is that the Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. So, this is basically micro and small enterprises. This is available for the individuals, and the objective of this is to provide the financial assistance to set up self-employment ventures and generate sustainable employment opportunities in rural as well as in the urban sector. So, this is a ambitious program that is being initiated by the government of India. The key benefits that is of this scheme is credit-linked subsidy program for setting up the new micro enterprises in the non-farm sector. So, for farm sector, there are the different schemes. This is particularly scheme is in the non-farm sector, and the margin money subsidy ranges from 15 to 35%. So, friends, this the Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program that is there. The subsidy 15 to 35% of the project cost up to rupees 50 lakh in manufacturing sector and rupees 20 lakh in the service sector is available under this scheme. So the project cost up to 50 lakh rupees. I've seen many very micro enterprises where the investment of rupees 50 lakh is enough to generate the turnover of more than 10 crores of rupees. Sorry, friends, for the break that we have taken. So we were discussing the schemes that the project up to 25 lakh in the manufacturing sector and 20 lakh in the service sector can be undertaken in this Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. This is the sustainable self-employment programs in the rural as well as in the urban sector, and this is applicable for the non-farm sector. So you can well imagine that the with the kind of the assistance that is available for this is amazing. 15 to 35% is the subsidy. Rest of the amount can be taken from the bank. So you have nothing to put it from the your own pocket. So just see the potential of this when you have some kind of the entrepreneur skill or some kind of the technical skill or some kind of the business skill or the business connectivity, you can start this such kind of the project where you have nothing to invest from your own pocket. All the finances to set up it are available from the bank, and 35% up to the project cost is in the subsidy. Rest of 65% or 75% is easily available from the banks, and in this way this is the formal inclusion, financial inclusion also, and this one, which scheme can generate the huge employment rather in the non-farm sector. So any individual who is 18 years or above, they are eligible to avail the scheme. They can go ahead and they apply for the scheme, and the application loan is approved by the bank, sanctions and releases the balance amount of 99% of the total project cost suitably for setting of the units by the beneficiaries. So, you know that even the banks are doing this uh, 90 to 95% contribution of the project cost. So, and the subsidy is apart from it, the subsidy is also apart from it that can also, that can be used for the working capital, and the working capital finance can also be availed from the bank. So, this is in order to have the sustainability of the project unit set up under the scheme, support services are also provided in the form of backward and the forward linkages by organizing events like workshops, EDP, training to the beneficiaries and the exhibitions, etc. So, this is the empowerment of the forward and the backward linkages. Some is person is doing, and if he some other person is to undertake the forward or the backward linkages. Backward linkages means the raw material that is being used by one organization or the one micro enterprises, that can also be the project of that raw material is also to be manufactured by the one more where these all the support and facilities are available, and therefore the forward linkages, the benefit of the forward linkages are also available. The Government of India has introduced online process for flow of application and disbursement of margin money directly to the financing branches. So, the financing branches under this scheme, you know that the Government of India has already that online process started flow of application and disbursement of the margin money. Then there are no bottlenecks of the red tapeism or what we can be bureaucratic setup like that. This process is the online for making the application and disbursement of the margin money. And friend, this is online application form is mandatory for individuals on the e-portal. This application form or MPEGP, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, MIS portal is mobile friendly. Even the SME email efforts, SMS and email alerts are sent to the applicants automatically by the system or by the concerned officials at each stage. So you know that the kind of the automation that is available for this, that once we apply the online, the alerts in the shape of the SMS and the emails are sent to the applicants, and the status is known at any point of time or at any stage. The model projects reports of different activities have been put on Prime Minister Employment Generation Program e-portal for the benefit of potential beneficiaries. Even the model project reports are also there. So if with our the members, our member friends in the practice, they can have the download the various kind of the model project reports and make available to the micro and small entrepreneurs, and submit their proposal and get the finances for these schemes. Then, friend, the second loan for upgradation of existing MEGP or REGP or Mudra units is also available. So this is one very important finance scheme, because once you take the first loan, and that the if you find yourself the shortage of finance, the second loan for upgradation of the existing units is also available. This is the objective of the second loan, is to assist the existing units for expansion and upgradation. The schemes provides financial assistance to successful, well-performing units. So those units who are growing and who are doing very well, and when they need finance and they have they excel in their business, further wants to increase and enhance their capacity, so they can avail the second loan also. And because this is, the indication of the successful and well-performing units. The scheme also caters to the need of the entrepreneurs for bringing new technology automation so as to modernize the existing units. Now, sometimes what happens that we find ourselves that when these micro and small enterprises, then if they need some new technology or the automation, then they need the finance, or if they want to modernize their operations, then they definitely need the finance. So for that purpose, the second loan is available to micro small enterprises. So you can imagine the key benefits, that is the maximum subsidy would be 15% of the project cost. Again, the 20% for NER, 15% anywhere in India, but 20% in the northeastern region and the hill states. The balance amount total project cost is provided by the banks as term loan. So we already discussed it, that the 15% as the subsidy is available on the first loan as well as on the second loan, and the balance amount is made available by the banks. The this subsidy portion is in the hill states, and the northeastern region is more 5% more, with that is the 25%. So, friends, the maximum cost of the project under the scheme, manufacturing sector for upgradation is 1 crore and 25 lakh under the service of the trading sector. So, we have seen that when the question of this comes, the modernization or the expansion comes, then there may be a requirement, huge requirement for that purposes, and the upgradation uh, up to the cost of crore can be undertaken in the manufacturing sector and 25 lakh in the service sector with the help of the banks and the government in the form of the loan and the subsidy. So maximum subsidy would be 15% of the project cost, 20% in the northeastern region and hill states. So this is the self-employment generation programs, Prime Minister self-employment generation program that can be, we make aware to our skilled entrepreneur, skilled youth, educated youth who are um, not finding any job, and they can start their own units, enterprises, and the finance and the subsidies available to them. So the kind of the quantum of the employment that we can imagine because of the known awareness, because of the known awareness and known available of the finance. So many of our educated unemployed youths are there and can be put to the work and that to their own entrepreneur business. So this was about the scheme. Now we come to the one more scheme, which is credit guarantee scheme for micro and small enterprises. This is uh, sorry for the break, friends. Now this CGT MSc scheme is very interesting one, and that is very popular also. And this is also very much sought after by the entrepreneurs because there is no collateral required in this scheme, and the credit guarantee loan for up to 10 crore is available under this scheme. You know, the which is the totally collateral free loans. No security is required, and this can be availed by the micro small enterprises under the CGT MSME scheme. So this is to encourage first generation entrepreneur to venture into self-employment opportunity by facilitating credit guarantee support for collateral-free, third-party guarantee-free loans to micro and small enterprises. The key benefit of these programs are the credit guarantee for loans up to rupees 10 crore without collateral and third-party guarantee. The guarantee coverage ranges from 75% to the 90%. So the quantum of the loan is 75% to the 90% of the, that cost of the project or the loan amount. So you can see that 75% is 90% is the use benefit, and only 10%, 10 to 25% contribution is required, and the rest of the loan is granted under this CGT SME scheme, that too without any collateral security. So the condition is that the MSME or the micro small enterprises registered on Ujjam portal. The activity eligible under this scheme is all activities eligible as per MSMED Act. So MSMED Act में जो भी whatever the activities are prescribed, those or all activities are covered, and for the any kind of the project which is for those activities specified in the MSMED Act, the project can be started or the business can be started. Now this is any one more benefit under this scheme is that the existing MSM, the not only the new but existing micro small enterprises, including service enterprises, the trading retail or wholesale trade, and educational or the training institution with a maximum guarantee ceiling of rupees. Now, earlier it was 5 crore, now it is 10 crore is eligible to guarantee under the scheme. So see this that there is no condition as such for the manufacturing business in this scheme, even the trading or retail or wholesale trade or educational training or educational institutions. Uh, they also can be started under this scheme, and this is all loan up to 10 crore is uh, available under this scheme CGT-SME without any security, and the amount available is 75% to 90% of the cost of the project. So friends, you know that under the CGT-SME scheme, then the thing that you have nothing to give the collateral security, because there are many people or very skilled intelligent entrepreneurs who have no security to offer to the banks and the financial institutions, and they remain handicapped to start the business. There in this scheme, there is no requirement as such for giving the collateral securities, and the quantum is also very big, the up to project up to 10 crores, and not only the manufacturing but the retail and the wholesale, the trade for this purpose also. This is the loan can be availed under this. Even educational institutions are also eligible to take this financial assistance. Now, the extent of guarantee coverage under the various categories of the borrower. Now, I will explain the extent of the benefits available under this scheme is as under the micro enterprises. For the micro enterprises, maximum micro enterprises, this is the maximum extent of the coverage where the guarantee credit facility up to 5 lakh 85% is available. 85% of the loan amount is available as the financial assistance, and above 5 lakh, this is 75%. Above 50 lakh of the project cost and up to 10 crore, it is the 75%. So, you know that under CGT SME scheme, which is the project, which is the of the cost of project at the 5 lakh, their own contribution is only 85% for the micro enterprises, and above 5 lakh to 50 lakh, their contribution is only 25%, and in the above 50 lakh to 10 crore, it is the 75% of the project cost is available as the financial uh, from the financial institution. So MSM is located in the northeast region, the Union territories of the Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh. So this is 80% is available respective of the size of the project, whether 5 lakh or up to 50 lakh rupees. So 80% of the cost of the project is available as the financial assistance, and above 50 lakh and up to 10 crore, it is the 75% is also available. For the women entrepreneurs, friend, this is again very interesting one, that the focus of the government to help and empower the women. The women entrepreneurs are there, then for them the 90% of the financial assistance is available under the CGT SME scheme. And this is 90% irrespective of the cost of the project, be from 5 lakh to 10 crore rupees. For the women entrepreneurs, this is the 90% of the cost of the project is available as the financial assistance without any security. Now, one more thing, now the government has brought out to for the benefit of SC/ST entrepreneurs. situated in the aspirational district or the zero effect certified micro small enterprises, the person with disability also there. For them, the quantum of finance or the financial assistance available is 85% of the, irrespective of the size of the project cost. Then all other categories of the borrowers, this privileged, if we leave the privileged category, then the 75% of the cost of the project in the shape of the financial assistance is available for the all categories of the borrowers. So this is very interesting scheme that perhaps not many entrepreneurs are available, and not have no information, either have or not adequate information about this scheme. So we professional have I think is a very good opportunity about this scheme to make available to the entrepreneur, irrespective of the size of the project, and the privileged people also, like the women SC/ST, where the 85 to 90% of the financial assistance is available. 85 to 90% financial assistance is available for the privileged category of the entrepreneurs, and 75% is available to them. So, friends, this is the big opportunity for the professional brothers also, in the not only in the practice, but also in the industry also. So that to make this scheme available to the entrepreneur, only if some amount, about 10 to 25% that they have to put from their own pocket, and the rest of the amount is available without any security to them. Then, friends, now we come to the micro and small enterprises cluster development program scheme. So this is, as the name suggests itself, the cluster development. This is for development of the clusters of the micro and small enterprises to support the sustainability and growth of the micro and small enterprises by the addressing the common issues such as improvement of technology skill, and quality, market access, etc. So this is, that uh, some common facilities are sometimes required for the micro and small enterprises, and to make them sustainable and to make them grow. The use of technology, which a one single enterprise, either micro or small, cannot afford, or uh, the skill set that is required for the uh, workforce for that, and the technical support and the market access. All this is in the shape of the cluster or by the group of the micro and small enterprises. This scheme is available to them. To create the scheme is to create upgrade infrastructural facilities in the new or the existing industrial areas or the clusters of the MSCs, where there is a cluster of MSA, micro small enterprises, or industrial areas where there are lots of the small enterprises. There they can have the a common facility, and that is being funded under the scheme, that is the imparting trainings or the technology, or the market access strategies for them. So they jointly can undertake this one. The setup to set up common facility centers for testing, training, raw material depots, effluent treatment, and the complementing production process, etc. So, friends, that there is sometimes, that in this kind of the scenario where there are lots of the small micro enterprises, and for the individual enterprises, it's not possible to create a facility center for testing or the training or the raw material depots because storage problem is there. They have the small areas and to store storage facility is not available to them. Storage depot is not there, and the waste material that is discharged by these is also causing the harm to the environment, and now the regulations are also there for the environmental issues. So effluent treatment plant is must and to put into the place, and then these kind of the small micro enterprises, then they feel the financial burden for all these kind of the activities. So they have they can go for a common facilities like the testing, training, raw material depot, effluent treatment plant. So these facilities, these facilities are uh, created under the financial assistance scheme of the cluster development schemes. Promotion of then again is to the promotion of the green and sustainable manufacturing technology for the cluster. So another target and object is to that the green and sustainable manufacturing technology for these clusters. So key benefits under the scheme is creation of the common facility centers, including plug and play facilities, support for infrastructure development project, including flatted factory complexes. So across India, we have many flatted factory complexes are there, where these micro and small enterprises are there. We are functioning, working, manufacturing. Now, these are they lack the facilities like storage or the testing or the training or the effluent treatment plant, actually. So this now they can come together and for they can avail this funding finance for the cluster development programs. Existing entrepreneurs, as we discussed, this is scheme application, scheme applicable for existing entrepreneur in the form of special purpose vehicles. So this is the existing entrepreneurs, and when they have to create a special purpose vehicle for availing the finance, they can avail this finance. Now, the next scheme that comes for my dear friends is scheme for funds for regeneration of the traditional industries. This is the Safurti. You know that India is a country very old, known for its crafts and the uh, traditional business uh, being done since many years, maybe more than 100 or 150 years. So now that because that kind of the traditional industries which were earlier being done by the families, now the want of funds or in the shortage of funds, then they were bound to close and faced a lot of issues. Now the government brought this scheme for the regeneration of the traditional industries. So traditional sectors and increase income of the artisans, providing sustainable employment program. You know that these traditional industries, some people who are making that these जो बर्तन वगैरह बनाते हैं, आर्टिशंस हैं, क्राफ्टमैन हैं, जो भी कपड़ा वगैरह का जो with their clothes, some handicraft items are there. There are hundreds of the crafts available in the metal, in the wooden, and in the agriculture sector also. So these are crafts earlier being produced by them. Then they had issues and problems for the finance, and somehow that they had to close their units. for the shortage of the funds, and though they have the that kind of the skill and infrastructure with them to again go ahead with their traditional industries, and because of the shortage of funds they cannot. So now this can be started again, and these traditional industries can be started again under the scheme, and the support available is up to 2.5 crore for up to 500 artisans, and for 5 crore for more than 500 artisans are there. So this scheme is there, 2.5 crore, 500 artisans. If some artisan is there who is making any kind of the wooden craft or sculpture or any kind of, that paper craft is there. In the agriculture also there are so many the produces are available, and these are the artisans, and which have no finance to start their activities. So this is the if they can brought together under a scheme. So for these funds is available for 2.5 crore for up to 500 artisans. I mean, we can see that about 2 lakh, about uh, 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees is available for their assistance. And for more than 500 artisans, this amount is 500. So production facility is set up with the latest machineries. The raw material support is there. Software intervention, the amount is available for the software intervention or the technological assistance, that is up to 25 lakh of rupees they can get. Skill development, or they can get the amount for the skill development. The exposure visits are there, these because these artisans who are have some kind of the craft with them, their exposure visits are planned to the successful manufacturers or the high quality manufacturers, so that they can go and learn the how the quality products are being produced by those people, and by the exposure visit they can greatly benefited for producing the quality materials. But then the buyer seller meets, if that this scheme is also available to organize the buyer seller meets. When the people, the sellers are there, then they can be there, can be organized a exhibition or the marketing exhibitions, or the some kind of platform where they can display their products, and the buyers they then visit there, like the haats are there in every state, in every most of the cities there are the bazaar or the haats available, where these craftsmen or these handicraft producing people, they display their products, and the common people who visit there, they have the they have interest to buy their products, and they is a big opportunity for these artisans to sell their produce. Now, this marketing concern and the e-commerce and then the design support is also available. These are the new things, because the production is one thing, but now e-commerce has come into, and most of the things are now available on the Amazon and the various Flipkart, Amazon, like the Swiggy, or so many e-commerce portals are there. So when even the shops are being opened on these e-commerce portals and platforms, their e-shops are available. So there also this scheme of this financial assistance is available, and the design support is also, because designing and packaging is also that plays an important role to market the artisans' products. Then the scheme is applicable for the existing artisans from traditional industries in the sectors such as handicraft, textile, agro-processing, bamboo, acquire, and khadi. So these are already, I told you that this is for those artisans which are already in this business. Now, friends, we come to the next finance scheme, which is Entrepreneurship and Skill Development Program, ESDP program. So, entrepreneurship and skill development programs in this scheme to promote new enterprises, capacity building of existing MSMEs, and including entrepreneurial culture in the country. So, this is also one very important scheme, and this is for the promotion of the new enterprises and the existing MSMEs have. For them, it's the capacity building is undertaken for them, and this is to enhance the culture of entrepreneurial uh, culture in the country. So the key benefits of the scheme is widen the base of entrepreneurship by development, achievement, motivation, and entrepreneurial skill to the different sections of the society. So the kind of the population, huge population we have, the workforce we have, the youth population we have, the large quantity of these people. So we need the entrepreneurs in equal proportion, and they are to be absorbed in their self-employment programs. And under this scheme, the entrepreneurship base of the people, this can be widely increased, and ultimately this uh, brings a lot of um, uh, opportunities not only for the entrepreneurs but also the related person, the service providing to these people. Scheme is this is applicable for aspiring and existing entrepreneurs, and this is the entrepreneurship come skill development program, 6 weeks training program to is conducted for entrepreneurship and skill training in agro-based products, hosiery, the food and fruit processing industries, carpet weaving, mechanical engineering, and the workshop. So this is, there there are just some a few examples are there. The machines, apart from that, the machines of heat treatment, electroplating, all these welding fabrications are there. So in this sector, there's a big one for that they can help as a ancillary unit or the uh, uh, supporting units to the bigger industries, and these new enterprises or the new business can be set up under this scheme because for by with the help of the skill development program. For the skill development, there is this program of their trainings uh, conducted for up to the 6 weeks, 1.5 months, and their capacity is built up and their skill is enhanced, and then can be their business can be started by the fund, making the funds available under the micro and small enterprises, the finance scheme. So, friends, that even starting from the trainings, if somebody is there who does not have any kind of idea to start the business, so once he identifies that what kind of the interest he has, what kind of the business he wants to start, and what kind of business he wants to do, or any kind of that imagination that he has to go into the business. So this is the training programs to hone their skills or the enhance their skills or the training program is available up to 1.5 months, and once their training is provided, their skill is built up, then they are empowered, by knowledge and the technical knowledge and the financial knowledge, and then they can be linked to the financial institutions or the any kind of the formal financial systems and the scheme as envisaged under the micro and small enterprises. So a person or a youth or any person who wants to start the business or a new enterprises or to expand their its existing one, they can uh, do it very well easily by upgrading their skills and by increasing their capacity, building up their capacity, and making them available the finances that is required for that purpose, and then they can establish their own enterprises or expand their own enterprises. So that micro small enterprises, this is provide a broad and a big spectrum to the not only to the unemployed educated youths but also the traditional artisans who have no formal educations, but they have that inherit by heritage that they have acquired they have acquired the skill, and then they can do and start their business. They can be empowered to uh, start their own business, and they can become the entrepreneurs by uh, availing the facilities under the micro and small enterprises finance scheme. So this is the training for 1 week, from 1 week training program for management capacity building training to existing entrepreneurs and their supervisory staff in industrial management, human resource management, marketing management, and the export management, documentation, the procedure, material management, financial and working capital management, information technological management. So that not only these entrepreneurs but the people who are working with them, they are working staff, for them this facility of 1 week training program uh, is there for management and the capacity building uh, to the supervisory staff also. So this ranges from even the documentation, procedures, materials management, finance and working capital management, information technology, all this kind of, that kind of the support available for imparting training and build up their skill and capacity, which is the main issue. Because when we go for hiring, so, most of the these applicants or the candidates are the rejected because of they are not adequately skilled or that they are incapacitated to take up the task accordingly. So under these MSME schemes, the training programs are also, the funds for training programs is also made available to them. Now, the one more that the financial assistance program comes from assistance to training institution scheme. So, training institutions are, so that not only the entrepreneurs are there, but the training institutions are there to impart skill to the large number of the persons, large number of the people. In India, we have the technical institutions, a wide network of the technical institutions are there. So, and the educational institutions are there, and so many the organization in the NPO sector, the NGOs, non-profit organizations are there. So these institutions in the private sector as well in the government sector, like the KVIC, Khadi Village Industries Commission, Choir Board, NSIC, like these institutions are also providing assistance to the training institution scheme. Now, the nature of assistance that can be provided is the amount of assistance will not exceed the actual amount for strengthening or expansion of the infrastructure required by the training institution of the ministry. Scale of the maximum assistance to the state level EDIs will be restricted to 3 crores in each case. Assistance for skill development program will be provided as per the rates, prescribed rates. So this is available to the state units of the uh, like these agencies like the KVIC, Khadi Village Commission, Acquire Board, School Rooms, NSIC, etc. This scheme is for them. And they can provide assistance up to the norms available as per the Ministry of the MSME. Now, friends, we come to the again one more scheme because now we are discussing it, the finance schemes which are available and useful pan India on pan India basis. So the Choir Vikas Yojana umbrella scheme. So what is this scheme, Choir Vikas Yojana? So you know the choir is usually available. This is the raw material that is usually available in India in various space, in the various states. And you know that choir is used for its application in the industry is used, and you know that even on the like the uh, uh, bags that the choir is used, and not only in there the that industry, but lots of other industries are there where the choir is used. And the for this choir yojana umbrella scheme is that the objective is to enhance utilization of the raw material abundantly available in the country at economic levels of the production to increase the income returns to the workers, entrepreneurs, exporters, and other stakeholders of the industry, full utilization of the market potential of the produce and the products within the country and abroad, and industry related functional support services, development of improved equipment, machinery, process, and the new products, promoting large scale investment in the choir industry. So development of the skilled manpower for choir industry, empowerment of the rural women and employment generations. So friends, that one see that the spectrum of the finance that is being made available pan India across the whole country, whatever the resources that are available in abundance in any part of the country that has been brought in focus by the Ministry of MSME, and how to make use of that resource. Like the choir raw material is abundantly available. So, no, no, so that should not go waste. That should not go waste, and there is some, productive use. There must be some productive use of this resource, or this is the raw material which is abundantly available at the very, very low cost, and it can be converted into the money, it can be converted into useful products, and it can bring prosperity to the local or the regional people where this is available. This is available, the that women and the local population, they can be greatly helped with providing them the financial assistance to them, and make use of this raw material to convert into the final products. So this is the objective of the scheme, that under the umbrella scheme, the choir board is implementing the following sub schemes programs: science and technology. Number one, that the scheme component envisages undertaking various research and development activities for the modernization and technological upgradation of the choir industry and extension of the fruit of the research at the laboratory level for application at the field level and extension of testing and service facilities. So, there are lots of research that has been initiated and by the government and undertaken by the various research and development institutions, and then these activities where the activities are being research activities and the developmental activities are being undertaken for the modernization and technological upgradation of the choir industry. And whatever the result is there for this research as a directly, that how that the research results or the benefits that can be extended to at the field level. This is basically the objective of this one. So first thing is that the research activities and development activities are being undertaken at this scheme. Second is the skill upgradation and Mahila choir. This under this scheme is the is made a separate scheme for skill upgradation Mahila choir Yojana. So this is what under this program the board is imparting this stipendary training on value addition processes by providing the services of the trainers and with a view to disseminate information on the schemes and the latest technologies available in the choir sector, and also to attract prospective entrepreneurs to this sector. So, friends, what this is the choir board. The choir board has undertaken the research programs, the development programs, and whatever the research, the results are available, the technological upgradation, that is the thought of the technical upgradation of this is, and then the these people have been trained under this scheme, and these trainers are being put on to the work to assist the entrepreneurs in the choir sector and the attract the prospective entrepreneurs in the choir sector. This is the lots of entrepreneurship development program, workshops, seminars, awareness program, and exposure tours, etc. are being undertaken under this scheme. So then this is skill upgradation. Then the Mahila Choir Yojana is there. What is this? The Mahila Choir Yojana is a women-oriented self-employment scheme being implemented by the choir board. The scheme is intended to provide training with stipend facilities and the creation of the self-employment opportunities to rural women artisans in the region producing the coconut. So, particularly the coastal area and the southern area, southern part of India, where this coconut is grown in huge quantity and the choir is produced in a big way. So, for the local population, particularly, this is in case of the women. This scheme is on the for the women, and the training is provided with stipend. So they get the training, they get the stipend, and the creation. Once their capacity is enhanced, build up, and the self-employment opportunities to these rural women artisans is made available, and the whatever now the earlier financial schemes that we discussed are available also to them, where the financial assistance from 5 lakh to 50 lakh under the Prime Minister Employment Generation programs is there. So these programs can be undertaken with this by this choir board is doing uh, this capacity building and training to the women, and then they can be put, they can be helped for creation of their entrepreneurship business. So now this produce is as such which has the export potential also. The activities of the Square Board under export market promotion include the participation in the international exhibition, publicity, providing assistance under export market development assistance scheme, international cooperation scheme, etc. So now, because this fire is in India is abundantly available, so the focus is on to produce the products with the help of the coir, or where the coir is used as the raw material. And now this product can be exported, or the export market can be accessed. For that, the assistance is available, and the for where the exhibitions are being internationally organized. So their visits is funded by under the scheme, and the publicity is also being funded by the under this scheme. Now, the trade and industry related functional support services by the choir board. So, the activities under this program would involve primarily and secondary level information search, collection and statistical analysis of the information, including export, drawing inferences, and preparation and publication of the report. So now friends, what is this that that the certain kinds of information which are the primary and the secondary level informations are there. Now, how to use these informations to increase the business? So this is the and by these informations, the primary and secondary information, the certain kind of the inferences can be drawn, and some with these inferences, we know that some sort of the publication or the reports are being generated. Now, this is uh, type of that the data related work where these related to this fire trade, the some data informations, primary, secondary, or whatever that is, or by research that is, which is being generated and put it into the publications, and that for that publication the financial assistance is also provided by the choir board. So that lot of scope is available for even the bringing publications, research reports, the information available regarding this trade domestically and in the international market. So this is to make popularize this product internationally. So the choir board is also planning to introduce new welfare schemes for the welfare of the choir workers in place of Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. So this is the allied benefit that is available to the workers who are working in choir industry, and for them the Suraksha Bima Yojana is also there, where certain some kind of help is also being provided by the choir board. So this is the scheme applicable for all available for all choir production processes units registered under the choir board and having valid them registration certificate. So these are registered under the choir board. If some entrepreneurs or the big units which are registered under the choir board with the choir board of the India, they can avail many. They can avail many uh, facilities of including the insurance, the finance also, and the research also, and the promotion of these products internationally and the in the domain nationally also. So the lot of work is need to be done because so far the choir is not being that the amount of or the quantum of the raw material that is available for in the field of the choir is not being fully utilized. So this the government of India has made a choir board for that purposes, and this board has brought lot of schemes not only for funding but research and developments and providing financial assistance and the exhibitions taking part by the entrepreneurs in these exhibitions in India as well as abroad. So now the another scheme for under this MSME financial scheme is procurement and marketing support scheme. So friends, this is uh, one very important one is the procurement and marketing support. So this is procurement is also one important ones because sometimes we feel that the procurement and is a issue because to get the material at the lowest cost for the competitiveness of the price of the product that and the selection of the supply chain. Supply chain management is also not evolving in the India, but supply chain management itself is a very big and vast subject. But now we see that looking to the world scenario now because the whole supply chain management is in the process of further evolution. And now the people say that the supply chain management is to reboot or to reset worldwide because the earlier supply chain management which was there now that requires a lot of changes due to the changes in the world orders and the kind of the upheavals in the world uh, economy or the world scenario that is going on. So various important, the various countries, dominant, powerful countries, they are loggerhead at loggerheads, and the economy is now is to take a reshape and reboot globally, and the supply chain management is now at the forefront to be reset or the reboot. So this procurement and the marketing support by the MSME, Ministry of MSME, Government of India, this scheme is to promote new market access initiatives like organizing participation in national, international trade fairs, exhibitions, MSME expos held across the country and to create awareness and educate the MSMEs about the importance, methods, process of packaging, marketing, latest packaging technologies, import export policy, and procedures. Many the issues and the subjects have been covered under this scheme to make popularize these the our produces or the production being undertaken by the MSME sectors. And this is, to create, first of things is to create the awareness uh, that this kind of the produces are being produced by the MSME sectors in India, and their products or their produces are also have to make route into the international market. So in the international market, for these MSMEs, the lot of exhibitions, there is a scope and programs which are to be done like the MSME expos, international trade fairs, national trade fairs, uh, these making use of portals and MSME conclaves, latest developments in the international and national trade and other subjects, topics relevant for the market access development program. So this is new one that the program was on looking to access the new markets, access to the finding the new markets and taking help of the trade fairs, exhibitions, and the trade fairs, participating in them, displaying the produce, and import export policy and procedures are also to be re-evaluated whether the kind of the help that is needed in the policy formations and latest packaging and technology also use of the technology and the packaging to make these products popular and the uh, portals that this is the business of market and the procurement is now converging on e-commerce. The procurement, lots of heavy procurements of are now being done on the portals. It is maybe surprised to note that even the big players having the procurement and sale to the extent of the crores of rupees in all these sectors are now taking place on the e-commerce websites. So to make these extensive use of these uh, e-portal sites, uh, displaying the products over there, educating the producers to how to make use of these e-portals to display their products and sell their products. So this marketing and the procurement scheme is available. So for this purpose, vendor know that various component of the schemes that are the participation of individual MSCs in the trade fairs and exhibitions. The support is available, financial support is available for participation of individual MSCs in the trade fairs and exhibitions, organizing domestic public international trade fairs, exhibition and participation in the trade fair exhibitions by the Ministry, Office of the Development Commissioner, government organizations, vendor development programs. So not only the individual MSCs are, but even the government officials are also now they have the opportunity to organize these international and national trade fairs where the financial assistance is available. Now, how to that uh, get into reality of the ideas are by capacity building, adoption of modern packaging techniques, and adoption of barcode, adoption of e-commerce platform. So, we now till date that many small entrepreneurs or the small manufacturers, even this they produce and sell their product even without the barcode. So this is the new technology of the barcode where all the informations are available about the produce. So adoption of the barcode for this financial assistance is available for adoption of the barcode. Adoption of modern packaging techniques, as I told you earlier, that packaging plays important role in marketing the product, and the adoption of e-commerce platforms are also there because the small entrepreneurs and the people who are not technically empowered or technically not so skilled that they can put their produce on the e-commerce platform, neither they can procure the product required by them, like the raw material, which is available at a much lower rate on the e-commerce platforms, so that they have some sort of their capacity is to build up for the procurement and marketing to provide them this marketing support um, on these technologically empowered institutions or the e-platforms. So all for this is there. This financial assistance is available. The development of the retail outlet, infrastructure development of retail outlet for promoting geographical indicate this is GI products. As a detailed information for if you want to further know about of these PMS scheme, these are the guidelines are available on the MSME portal. Now, the one more program, the scheme is there for international cooperation scheme. So this is also a important one which has the focus on internationalizing our Indian produces produced by the small entrepreneurs. So the objective is that the schemes aims to build capacity of MSMEs for entering export market by facilitating their participation in international exhibitions, fairs, conferences, seminars, buyer-seller meets abroad, as well as providing them with actionable market intelligence and reimbursement of various costs involved in export of goods and services. The scheme provides opportunities to MSMEs to continuously update themselves to meet the challenges emerging emerging out of changes in technology, changes in demand, and emergence of the new market. So, friends, the worldwide lot of things are happening in the worldwide. The supply chain is, being reset, reboot, and lots of research and developments are being done, and this technological upgradation is taking place. And the most important thing is that how to export our produce. So the China has their now the biggest exporter by the small and medium manufacturers, and their supply chain management is very strong as compared to India, because now they have built up their market worldwide, almost in all the countries of the world, and you can find the produce or the products manufactured in the China. So how they have done is that because they have definitely they have done uh, their lot of research and built up the ways, the infrastructure, and their outreach to the foreign countries by way of the seminar, conferences, exhibitions, and the international trade fairs like that. The market intelligence is also one very important things that unless we have the market intelligence, we cannot market the produce internationally. So what is being sold outside, what is being liked by the outside world, what kind of the products that they need. That in case of the textile industry, the garments or the ready garments, the leather products, there are a lot of things that require changes in the patterns, in the designing, in the development, in the and the fashion also. So these things, that are continuous market access is there, and the buyer seller meet must be there. The our producer they must know the kind of the products that are in demand, not only outside India but in India also, because we import a lot of products and things also in India from outside countries. Uh, I think we should have conduct a research program that whatever being imported in India, the general consumer by the general consumer, so that can be produced in India at the in the cost effective manner, and by making this research and buyer seller meet the technological input. All these things are, when we work upon these things, that we come to know that how our produces are placed in the market, not only in India, but replace the imports in India, but also that our products, they go outside here in the other countries. So now the new markets are emerging worldwide, and these is to be taken care of by our entrepreneurs worldwide with the kind of the markets or the products that are being in demand, and what is the latest emergence in terms of the produces of the kind of the products or the likes of the consumers. So the market development assistance of MSME, this is being under this scheme is the uh, no market development assistance of MSMEs. This is what the development of the market is, the way that we have to consume our production or the products. So uh, capacity building of the first time MSC exporters. This scheme is also that is also providing the entrepreneurs who are first time micro small enterprise exporters, and then they are being helped under this scheme. And also to study the framework for the international market intelligence disseminations. So all these things, that international cooperation scheme, it is there for the professional who wants to undertake this kind of the research or the study or the work. For them, this scheme is available for the finance and the funding. Now the quantum of the support that is available for participation of the MSME delegations in international exhibition, trade fairs, and the buyer-seller meets in foreign countries in the physical mode. The one is the E mode and the physical mode. So their physical mode, the financial assistance that are available for under this scheme is space rent, stall charges up to 3 lakh per MSME. So if some entrepreneur he wants to participate in a foreign exhibitions or the foreign expo or the trade fair there, the space rent is that provided up to 3 lakh. Then airfare up to rupees 1.5 lakh per MSME. Airfare, you suppose one person is going there or two people are going there as a to display their product and market their product. So this airfare up to 1.5 lakh is funded and provided under this scheme. Then duty allowance USD 150 per day for office bearer. So the people office bearer who are there, they are provided $150 per day for for 1 day for meeting their uh, allowances, daily allowances. Then freight charges up to rupees 50,000 per MSME unit and 75,000 per MSME for Latin American countries. So if somebody wants to take his produce or their products to the foreign countries, particularly in the Latin American countries, so 75,000 rupees is being provided as a freight of their products, and 50,000 to other countries is being funded by the Ministry of the MSME. So registration fees up to 5,000. If somebody registered in some kind of that exhibitions or expo or the trade fair and the registration fee is there, so 5,000 rupees is also being funded to them. Now, friends, participation of MSME delegation in international exhibitions, trade fairs, and buyer-seller meets by the foreign organizer in the virtual mode. Then space stall charges, including catalog, digital material charges for participating in the virtual international events organized by foreign countries up to rupees 1.5 lakh rupees. Advertisement and publicity charges up to 5 lakh rupees. So if some entrepreneurs or the micro small enterprises he wants to display or their product or the produces in the international market or in some trade fair, exhibitions or expo. So for that, the advertisement and publicity charges up to 5 lakh rupees is being made available as the financial assistance. And the stall charges is being also funded for up to rupees 1.5 lakh rupees is being funded. So it's a good opportunity for our entrepreneurs or for our business persons who are interested in exporting and internationalize their produce or the products, and then they have to display their produce and products in the international market and the trade fair there. Publicity and the putting their stalls, the financial assistance is available. So up to this is a very attractive one when we should, our entrepreneur must try for that. So the charges for holding, organizing and international conferences, summits, workshops, seminars in India by industry association, including charges for venue rent, catering, advertisement and uh, uh, advertisement, publicity, marketing arrangement up to 10 lakh rupees. So now, if we have some sort of the trade organizations or the business organization have we have or the if we are the members of some trade and business organization, and then we can that impress upon the that organization, the business chambers or the business organization to organize the kind of the conference, summits, workshops, seminar where the final support up to 10 lakh rupees is available and being funded by the MSME. So there the entrepreneur will get not only that they take part in the exhibitions or the trade fairs out of India, but in India also we can invite the foreign traders or the foreign suppliers in India also, and by organizing a trade fair or exhibitions, and for that purpose 10 lakh is available where the buyer seller meet is possible. So this organizing international conference, summits, workshops, seminars on the themes relevant to MSME sector, virtual mode to be organized by industry, association, government or organization. So that is also for the virtual kind of the this kind of the that seminar or some sort of the summits or the workshops, and for that purpose 2 lakh rupees is also available for that purpose. Publicity cost incurred on the promotion, marketing, publicity of the event up to 5 lakh rupees. So if the some trade or business association or organization is undertaking this one, so they additionally get 5 lakh rupees for the publicity and the advertisement. And suppose there is a issue of the language problem to understand with the foreign delegates. So interpretation charges involved in the virtual events is also available up to rupees 1 lakh rupees. So these are uh, the focused areas of the Ministry of SMEs for the finding place in international arena, international business, international markets. Now, friends, there is also one important thing is that national SCST hub scheme. So this is for the members of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes members who are the willing to undertake the business. For them, this scheme of finance, particularly for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, and to help them, this is available to provide the professional support to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes entrepreneurs to fulfill the obligations under the central government public procurement policy for micro small enterprises holder 2012 to adopt applicable business practices and leverage the Stand Up India Art Initiative. So in 2012, there was the scheme was there, the Stand Up India Initiative. So that was to take up further, the government decided to take up further for the members of the SC/ST community, and for that purpose, the 25% subsidy on purchase of plant and machinery equipment of rupees or rupees 25 lakh, whichever is the less. So, you know that if any member of the SC/ST community he wants to undertake any kind of the business activity or entrepreneurship, so, and if he requirement is there for the purchase of plant and machinery equipment, then the subsidy of 25 lakh rupee is available. Minimum subsidy of 25 lakh is available. 25% of the plant and machinery, even if that is up to 1 crore rupees plant and machinery is there, then 25 lakh is the minimum that amount is available for as a subsidy. If the requirement plant and machinery is 2 crore, then this amount of the subsidy becomes 50 lakh rupees. So, this is the special benefit available to this SC/ST community. The marketing and mentoring support through participation in the e-exhibition in exhibition and vendor development program. The marketing and this mentoring support is also available. Reimbursement of fees charged by bank loan processing, testing services, this that is also available. If the bank loan is available, is being availed, then whatever the fees charges, processing fees, that is also met by the under this scheme. So collection and collation and dissemination of information regarding SC/ST enterprises and entrepreneurs to CPSC, free skill trainings and distribution of the trade-specific toolkits to trained candidates under skill development program. So, you know, that this is a special privilege and the financial assistance available to the SC/ST category members. So aspiring, and this is, you know, scheme applicable for aspiring as well as the existing SC/ST entrepreneurs. So, you know, friends, that if I have to, elaborate upon the total benefits that are available under the scheme to the SC/ST entrepreneurs, this is 25% subsidy on a purchase of plant and machinery or equipment, and the special credit linked capital subsidy scheme, 100% subsidy on airfare and twice of DA as the rate prescribed by Ministry of External Affairs under special marketing assistance to the scheme, then 100% subsidy to obtain NSIC registrations, National Small Scale Industrial Corporations. They also provide the 100% subsidy for registration under this single point registration scheme with the nominal fee of rupees only 100 rupees. Then reimbursement of 80% or rupees 1 lakh, whichever is less, on the bank loan processing fees. If these entrepreneurs or these micro small enterprises availing bank loan, then whatever the processing fees is charged by the bank, the 80% of that or rupees 1 lakh, that is being also being reimbursed by the Ministry of MSME. Then reimbursement of 80% or rupees 1 lakh, whichever is less, on the performance bank guarantee. If suppose some enterprises, they need the bank guarantee to be taken for the purpose of the business, then the charges were taken by the bank, so 80% of that or 1 lakh, whichever is less, is also being reimbursed by the MSME ministry. Then reimbursement of 80% or rupees 20,000, whichever is less, on the membership subscription fees of Export Promotion Council membership. So for the Export Promotion Council membership is there, their membership is also being met by the or reimbursed by the Ministry of MSME. Then the reimbursement of the 80% or 25,000, whichever is less, on the membership fee of government of promoted e-commerce portal. So like GEM portal is there, and if you some SCST micro enterprises or small enterprises wants to have the membership for that, then the fees of 25,000 or 80% of whatever the fees is there, that is being reimbursement. Then reimbursement of the 90% are course fee of which 1 lakh, whichever is less, to top 50 NIR related management institutions or short-term training program fees is also available. So these are the special benefits privilege. Almost everything is met to this national SCST hub scheme is there. So friend, the time is, though the time is over now, it's already 3 o'clock. The time was from 1 to 3, but that still there I'll spend some more time just to tell about a few more schemes also there, that I'm going quickly about all these schemes. And then one is Aspire scheme, a scheme for promotion of innovation, rural industry and entrepreneurship. So to set up a network of livelihood business incubators, predominantly in the rural and underserved areas, to promote innovation and acceleration, and to accelerate the entrepreneurship for the following. So, friend, this scheme is the Aspire scheme is there to set up network of livelihood business incubators. So, business incubators are there where the you know from selection to training to the successful in entrepreneurship is being undertaken by these incubators, and these is the cost involved in the setting of incubation that is uh, amount huge, that is about 1 crore and maybe 75 lakh to 1 crore rupees. This is being made available by the Ministry of MSME under this Aspire scheme. So generate, and this is because the skill incubation means skill, upskill or reskill unemployed, self-employed, wage or new technologies in the agro rural sector, provide skilled human capitals to nearby industrial clusters and promote innovations for the strengthening the competitiveness in the MSME sector. So these what the key benefits, as I told, that the maximum amount of 1 crore to the government agencies, INR 75 lakh to private agencies for procuring plant and machinery, maximum of which 1 crore to government and the private agencies as general as operational expenditure support towards the manpower cost running incubation and skill development program. So apart from the government, that the private sector also they can initiate these activities, and the support to the extent of 1.75 crore assistance is available to the private sectors, the like not-for-profit or NGOs, to start the these incubation centers. So, friend, these are some important schemes of the finance schemes of the MSMEs. Though there are few schemes also left. Someday that when we will meet again, then we will cover up all these small few schemes are available now, which have been recently brought in. So today that because it's already we are late by 10 minutes, so now we have to wind up this program. Thank you very much for the for attending the seminar on MSMEs, which is now being heavily focused on the
Sir,
government. Yes.
yeah, sir, there are some questions from the audience. So I would like you to take those questions. Shall I read those questions?
Now, few question can be undertaken because now we are already, that 10 minutes lower. But even, if some questions are there, we can take up.
Yeah, sir, there is
We can.
question that how can MSME improve their chances of obtaining bank finance without collateral?
Sorry,
How
how?
MSMEs can improve their chances of obtaining bank finance without collateral?
How can MSME improve the chances
Sir,
of
how
obtaining
MSME can
bank,
improve their chances of obtaining
Obtaining what?
obtaining the finances without collateral?
Sir, CGT, I
obtaining
told
loan
you
without
that under the,
collateral?
that without collateral, I told you that a very popular scheme of CGT SME. That CGT SME scheme is totally free from any security, without any security. That is without any collateral security. CGT SME, the chances are there. Why not? Why this the scheme has been brought by the government? Because all the financial institutions, banks have been very well aware of this scheme, and they
हाँ हाँ
are
भैया
bound.
मेरे को पैसा देना ही नहीं है
नहीं नहीं सर, ऐसा नहीं
कैश
है,
में अगर
बिकॉज
नहीं है इतना लाते हैं
देखिए, मैं कह रहा हूं कि अगर आप इफ यू अप्रोच एनी काइंड ऑफ द बैंक्स और फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, एंड इफ सपोज दे आर नॉट, देन द प्रोफेशनल पीपल आर देयर. So some days back that we are that attending a seminar which was addressed by our central council member. So then it was told that this is a big huge opportunity by our members also to take up all these cases to the banks, and definitely they can convince and they can, make aware about these schemes to the bank and financial. Obviously, that there is some reluctancy on the part of the banks or financial institutions without collateral, but ultimately, when the scheme is there, then it has to be get through this scheme. No issue, no problem, sir. Big business is being done. Several thousand crore has been already been disbursed by the banks and the financial institutions under this scheme.
Sir, one another question is Udyam registration mandatory for every all MSMEs finances?
Definitely. Udyam registration is mandatory for eligible to avail the finance scheme under micro and small enterprises. It takes no time. It takes a little time to get registered on the Udyam portal. Our professional brothers are there. A lot of people are there who can get these institutions, the MSME registered on the Udyam portal, sir. It hardly takes half an hour.
One more question. What benefits are available for women with MSME under current schemes?
The women are highly privileged class under the MSME schemes. So they are highly, I told you, I elaborated in detail that women are highly privileged under MSME schemes. They can get a 90% of the cost of the project funding under the MSME scheme. Say if the project is of 1 crore rupees, they will get 90 lakh rupees financial assistance, plus they will get 25% to 35% subsidy also. So for women entrepreneurs, the big focus is on the women entrepreneurs, where not only the financial assistance is to the extent of 90%, but the subsidy is also there up to 25 to 35%.
Sir, the next one, it will be the last one, I think. What are the scheme for listed loss-making company?
Listed loss-making companies, see, that is again because if they are eligible under the MSME, first thing is to determine the eligibility criteria under the MSME, and if they are the loss making, and if they want to revive, and they want to turn around their business. So for that the scheme can be framed, that I told you earlier, that that scheme must be workable, that must be viable, and that can be undertaken, sir. No issue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for wonderful session, sir.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
thank you all my colleagues and the members that are in session today who have listened to all these programs. Probably, I hope for the best that they will take up these financial schemes to at the grassroots level. And I am again thankful to the chairman of the MSME committee ICI and the vice chairman MSME committee ICI for providing me this opportunity to deliberate my presentation on the financial schemes and norms for MSMEs. Thank you very much, Sohai.
Sir, do you have your contact details in PPT?
Yeah. So, you can know, my email ID is vkaushikca@gmail.com, and my phone number is 98106 92637. So again, I'm repeating, my mobile is 98106 92637, and email ID is kaushikca@gmail.com. So CGTSME scheme is CGTSME scheme, which is collateral free, is wonderful scheme. This is a hybrid scheme also, where if the amount is more than 10 crore rupees, then also it is can be clubbed with 10 crore without collateral free, and more than 10 crore is with security. That is also flexibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful session, sir.
Right.
Thank you very much.